Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do our May the 9th just for today in a meditation. Looking forward to spending this time with you. I am still in a hotel. I'm hoping to be able to get back to my home tomorrow. Many of you, if you watched the news, a town by the name of Portage, Michigan, was hit horribly by the tornado, and I am from that town. So we're in a hotel. And yeah, I'm making the best I can from the hotel lobby to record. So the title of the meditation is Write About It. We sit down with a notebook, ask for guidance, pick up our pen, and start writing. When we were confused or in pain, our sponsor sometimes tells us to write about it. Though we may groan as we drag out the notebook, we know that it will help. By laying it all out on paper, we give ourselves the chance to sort through what's bothering us. We know we can get to the bottom of our confusion and find out what's really causing our pain when we put the pen to the paper. Writing can be rewarding, especially when working through the steps. Many members maintain a daily journal. Simply thinking about the steps, pondering their meaning, and analyzing their effect is not sufficient for most of us. There's something about the physical action of writing that helps to fix the principles of recovery in our minds and hearts. The rewards we find through the simple action of writing are many: clarity of thought, keys to locked places inside of us, and the voice of conscience are but a few. Writing helps us be more honest with ourselves. We sit down, quiet our thoughts, and listen to our hearts. What we hear in the stillness are the truths that we put down on paper. Just for today, one of the ways I can search for truth in recovery is to write. I will write about my recovery today. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Please and thank you. It's amazing to be in recovery today. I'm sitting in a very beautiful lobby of a hotel, and I'm looking out one of their windows with my back to everyone else. Um, but there's something about my presence in the lobby that is changing the atmosphere of the lobby or the other guests. And believe me, I'm not talking that loud. I'm shoved over in a corner, minding my own business. But I think it's the way I've learned to carry myself in Narcotics Anonymous that is causing other people to take note. I look like a highly professional businesswoman sitting here. They don't know what I'm doing. They don't know I'm doing a podcast, right? But they're interested in what I'm doing. And in that meditation moment, I thought to myself, what would happen if I ended up having a first step meeting? What would happen if I ended up having a first step meeting for all these people sitting in here? Wouldn't that be amazing? Listen, one of the things that causes us to pull out and pull ahead in society, right, is our relationship to our God, our higher power, to others in recovery, and our participation in our recovery by doing what? Working the steps, writing the steps, working with a sponsor, and giving back freely what was given freely to us. The title of this meditation is talking about sitting down with a notebook and asking for guidance, picking up a pen and start writing, right? Most of the time at this stage, we're talking about some step 4 type work, right? Some step 4 inventory. And it may not be comfortable for us. And maybe if our sponsor is intuitive, they will say along the way before you even get to the 4th step, I want you to read Who's an Addict. And for every paragraph, if it's longer than 3 sentences, for every paragraph, I want for you to write down at least 1 or 2 sentences about what the thought is you have behind the paragraph. Even if you say, I think, like MightyStream sometimes, I think this was poorly written. Even if it's that, even if you have something negative to say, I want for you to write something down. And your sponsor, if they're too intuitive, will begin to help you develop the habit of sitting still and writing. Many studies have been done on writing, what writing can do for individuals. Many studies, but most of them have proven that the process of writing begins to unlock information that was thought to be lost, or maybe wasn't even known that it was there. It unlocks more information, and we need more information today. We know that we have a past that has a lot of wreckage in it. We know that, right? But what we oftentimes don't know is what we were actually responsible for and what tendencies have we developed over the years, what patterns, what habits, right? There's nothing worse than having an interaction with someone that is a habitual liar. They just lie no matter what it is, whether it's the weather, it doesn't matter what it is. They're a habitual liar and they lie all the time, and everyone knows that they lie all the time. Now, it's one thing to be accused of it, it's another thing to actually be an individual that does that, right? And so what happens is that no one believes anything that comes out your mouth. So what can happen is that you begin to develop like rationalization for the lying. It's always justified. I didn't think they could handle that information. And I didn't tell them everything because, they can't even handle the sun coming out. Why would I share that with them, that I slept with their man, right? Something like that, right? So you start to rationalize the lies. And as you begin to rationalize and desensitize yourself, right, to the impact of lying, you become accustomed to it, you adjust to it. This is just an example, okay? You become accustomed to it, adjusted to it, and it's your go-to. You don't even think about it. By the time you get into recovery, you don't even know all of the lies that maybe you've told, and you don't know how it's impacted people, right? You have no idea. But as you begin to write about situations, it's possible that you will begin to see a pattern. But what you also may find out is that, yeah, I lied a lot, but most of the time I call myself lying. I was trying to make people see me a certain way. I was fearful of what others thought about me, where I was a people pleaser. So I told them what I thought they wanted to hear, you know? And so that is information that you can use, right? It's all information, whatever you write down in your 4th step, but that's information that you can use in a powerful way as you move forward and start to navigate your relationships with people, right? Your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the people that end up on your 8-step list, right? It gives you an idea of where to start in order to make amends. right? And you may find that some amends aren't possible. You just have to be in a living, right? A living amends, because you can't make amends with them directly. You may have to do it indirectly. Okay. So I want for us today to remember that writing helps us to have clarity of thought, keys to lock places inside of us, and the voice of conscience. These are things, just a few, that begin to happen in our lives as a benefit of writing. Listen, my name is MightyStream. I hope that you have a beautiful day on purpose.